Bang, 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 bang. 6-1 run on Sunday. Let's continue this heater with my best bet for Thursday night football between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. In this video, I'm going to break down the matchup and give you my full analysis for my favorite pick against the spread. Welcome to the channel. My name is Peter Apple. This is the home for all of my NFL picks moving forward for the rest of our lives. So make sure hit that subscribe button and make sure to smash that like button if you cashed with me from that Sunday video. And of course, leave any comments you want in the comment section below. You got picks for yourself for Thursday Night Football? You want any advice? You have feedback on my picks on the video? You just let me know again in that comment section below. And before we get to the picks, a reminder that you can find all of my picks on BetMGM. Just remember to use code JustGridiron if you're new, because if your first pick loses, you get it all back in bonus bets up to $1,500. It's an absolute no-brainer. You can place this wager I'm about to give you on BetMGM if you're new. Just make sure to use code JustGridiron first, because again, if your first pick loses, you get whatever you wagered on it back in bonus up to $1,500. The 7-3 Buffalo Bills travel to Houston to take on the 5-5 Texans on a short week. And the big story here is that CJ Stroud was just announced out a few hours ago as I'm recording this on Tuesday, as he continues to rehab back from his concussion. The early look ahead line for this game was Bills minus 2.5, but then it reopened at minus 3.5 after that godlike showing from Josh Allen on Sunday. And also Stroud's availability seemed up in the air, but it also kind of seemed like he was going to be out. So bettors pounced on it, going through -4, -4.5, -5, -5.5, and now it's about settled at -6. Now, moving through 3.5 and 4 key numbers, but moving through those 5.5 range is mostly dead numbers, so that's not a huge line move, but still. -3.5 to -6, it's definitely worth paying attention to. But at what point has it gone too far, or has it not gone far enough? Now, of course, I am recording this again on Tuesday, so lines are subject to change. But let's look into the matchup to see if the line went too far or not far enough. So, again, Josh Allen was just unbelievable on Sunday against the Buccaneers. 6 total touchdowns. The Bills put up 44 points, and they averaged over 7 yards per play. 10 different Bills players caught a pass from Josh Allen in this game. And while James Cook didn't really get going on the ground, Allen recorded 40 rushing yards and 6 total touchdowns. 3 of those were on the ground himself. He can do that. He's Josh Allen, one of the best players in football. And Davis Mills is on the other side. So, how good is Davis Mills? Well, in 2 starts, numbers are pretty good. Combined for nearly 600 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception. I think he's been perfectly fine. And 2 straight wins is pretty nice. Now, he's not CJ Stroud, but is he really a significant drop off? What I'm worried about with Davis Mills is the inevitable flat spot for a backup quarterback. That's what kind of makes them backups, is they're not very consistent. But will it happen in this spot? Not only do the Bills have to travel from Buffalo to Houston on a short week, this Bills defense has big issues. Surface level, it's okay. Grayed out respectively in certain areas. Overall, 19th in EPA per play, not great, but 10th in EPA per dropback, which means, the 10th best secondary, at least by that metric. But when you adjust for opponent strength, facade starts to crack. 17th in passing DVOA, 30th in EPA per rush allowed, and 24th in rushing success allowed. That's a real liability. I mean, 30th in rushing DVOA, objectively one of the league's worst rushing defenses. In Davis Mills' 2 starts so far, he's faced the Jags and the Titans. Now, you don't think of them as great defense, and they're kind of middling. But what they both do well is defend against the run. The Jags rank 3rd in rushing success rate. The Titans rank 10th without adjusting for schedule. Bills rank 23rd. Texans should be able to run the football, which will set up easy lanes for Davis Mills to keep it going, especially throwing to weapons like Nico Collins. Now, on the flip side, Josh Allen gets his toughest test of the season, period. The Houston Texans defense, the best defense he's faced by APA per play this year, is the Patriots, who rank 9th. Texans defense ranks number 1. They're number 1 in EPA per play allowed, number one in EPA per dropback, meaning best secondary by that metric, and number four in EPA per rush allowed. Now, if you want to stop the Bills, you gotta contain James Cook, right? All of the Bills' losses so far this year has been when James Cook doesn't really get going and the run defense for the opposing team shows up. Not only do the Texans have the ability to do that, they have the best secondary in the league behind them. The last time these two teams faced off was in 2024. Now, the Texans, probably a better team than they were now, but this defense is as good as it's been. And Josh Allen in that game, 9 for 30 for 131 yards passing. Yikes. One other thing that I've noticed about Buffalo is they tend to play down to their competition, especially on the road. They're just 2-2 on the road this year compared to 5-1 at home, and their two road losses have been embarrassing, right? And they play down to opponents like the Dolphins losing 30-13, like the Falcons losing 24-14. Now the Texans, they haven't been great on the road either, but at home, this is still a good Texans team. And if you look at point differential, just point differential, very easy. Texans and Bills are not that far apart. The Bills are plus 63, Texans are plus 57. And the big reason the Texans' point differential is really good is they're holding opponents to a 16.3 points per game. This is an elite defense. Comes down to this. When the Bills can't run the ball, Allen's going to be forced into hero mode, and turnovers often follow. Against the NFL's number one pass defense, this becomes even more pronounced. Houston can choke off that vertical game, sit on Buffalo's concepts, and force Allen into these tight window throws. Short week, on the road against an elite defense that can stop the run and generate pressure. Classic environment where Allen's volatility becomes the problem, not necessarily the solution. My model makes the Texans plus 4 in this game. So with a 2-point edge, I am firing on the Houston Texans plus 6 cover the spread on Thursday night against the Buffalo Bills. I know it's a little bit scary to push that Houston button after Josh Allen just went for 6 touchdowns, but I think this is a letdown spot against the NFL's best defense, or arguably, easily, top 3. So that's my pick for Thursday Night Football. Hopefully you enjoyed. And again, if you did, the best way to support this channel, because all my picks are free, all I ask, smash the like button, comment down below, and of course, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a play. We're on a 6-1 run. Can we make it 7-1 with this Thursday Night Football pick? I think so. But what's important to note is it's not gambling advice.